Hello, class. My name is Felix Colby, and welcome to my facts about capitalism and Atlantic trade. Now, I chose this topic to research on because, well, I had no idea what the Atlantic trade actually was. Not to mention that I was a little curious about what on earth the Atlantic trade is. Now, I usually would jump headfirst into the subject. However, to fully understand the capitalism and Atlantic trade, we need to know what the meaning of the root words are. First, let me tell you about the word capitalism. Capitalism, directly quoted from the online Merriam-Webster dictionary, is a noun whose definition is a way of organizing an economy so that the things that are used to make and transport products, such as land, oil, factories, ships, etc., are owned by individual people and companies, rather than by the government. In simpler terms, it's a kind of strategy that benefits our country's wealth and it helps with our debt. Now I should inform you guys about the Atlantic trade. The Atlantic trade lasted from the 1500s to about 1870, and is called many other things, such as the transatlantic trade, the Atlantic slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, and the triangular trade. This does not mean that the Atlantic trade was focused only on slaves and enslavement, although slavery did play a key role in the Atlantic trade later on. The Atlantic slave trade really just refers to the trade routes that took place in the countries near the Atlantic Ocean. Some of the places involved with the Atlantic trade include the 13 colonies, Cuba, Eastern South America, Africa, and Western Europe. Now that I know what capitalism and the Atlantic trade is, I can make an assumption on what the capitalism of Atlantic trade is. Based on my material, I can assume that the capitalism of Atlantic trade is the practice of having individuals and small organizations within a specific government participate in the Atlantic trade to benefit the participating country's economy. After making this conclusion, I researched further into the topic, and I found out that I was partially correct. What I'm correct on is that in the text, The Rise of Europe, Atlantic Trade, Institutional Change and Economic Growth, by the three authors Darren Agimoglu, Simon Johnson, and James Robinson, it directly states on the very first page that, in fact, between 1500 and 1800, Western Europe experimented a historically unprecedented period of sustained growth, perhaps the first great divergence, i.e., the first major sustained divergence in income per capita across different regions of the world, making this area substantially richer than Asia and Eastern Europe. This text even shows some well-made tables that show how much the Western European and Western European Atlantic traders' urbanization rate has increased between 1300 and 1850. There is little agreement, however, on why this growth took place in Western Europe and why it started in the 16th century. Because of this statement, I cannot make a solid statement that capitalism is the main factor of the growth of the economy, but it no doubt did or could have played an important role in it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little learning segment I provided for you guys. It was really fun researching on this topic, and I know